Hello guys, welcome back to Farfall Gaming. Thanks to our 5G network and cloud gaming services such as Geo Cloud and other services, we can now play AAA games on our phones. No consoles needed. But the question is, when millions of players and millions of people in India play, click on a game all at once, who handles that the server will not crash and the game will not crash? And also, is responsible when a very big game like GTA 5 or Cyberpunk have some glitches and bugs in it? Well, all the questions will be answered today in this video. So stay tuned today and watch the full video. Before I say anything, let me tell you an incident. In December 2020, a game known as Cyberpunk 2077 was launched. Those who know the game, when it was launched at first, it was so buggy, it had so many glitches that within 48 hours Sony had to pull out the game from the PlayStation Store, and even the stock price of the game company was wiped out by 40%, by wiping out billions of dollars. And all of this was because of one reason: the company of the game company forgot to and underestimated one department. It is known as QA department, quality assurance. Yes, I am talking about a department which makes architecture for game testing and which makes sure that a game doesn't fall apart. And it is not a joke. This department is not a joke, and the salary of an employee can reflect that, because in 2026 right now, the salary of an average salary of a QA engineer is from 18 lakh per annum to 30 lakhs per annum, and globally it is around $120,000 to $300,000. So it is not a joke, and it is not thing which can be ignored in the gaming. In 2026, in this new era of gaming, QA is not only about playing games and testing games. It is a very deep tech thing. It is a very deep technology world, and at the top of it sits a brand new role, AI QA engineer, where a person's salary varies. You can get a salary from 18 LPA to 30 LPA plus in India. Let me differentiate you a QA tester, especially an AI QA tester, with a normal game tester. A game tester also do game testing via manually, or it is also known as black box testing. This thing is because manual testing is a very tough way to test, as you have to sit and play the game for 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, or sometimes 15 hours a day. You have to crack the game. You have to see how a user, when the game will be released, what are the possibilities of a user playing the game, by what possibilities will the user play the game, and also to see if it doesn't have any bugs or glitches. For example, a game tester checks if a game tester plays a game and then suddenly he opens WhatsApp, and then he rejoins the game and checks if the game is really getting glitchy or it has some bugs or not. If it has, he makes a report of it, and then he sends it to the game programmer, to the game designer and the game artist. Whereas a game quality assurance engineer is a completely different role. Let me tell you. A QA engineer is basically a technical developer in testing a game. A QA engineer don't play the game. They actually makes architectures with the help of code and with the help of making many pipelines and connecting many APIs. This is also known as white box testing. A QA engineer has a full access to the source codes, to the different types of APIs and different types of codes and different types of libraries to check whether the game has glitches, bugs or not. Here is the simple way to remember. A game tester checks if the game is fun, but a QA tester builds the architecture, builds the infrastructure to test the game, to test if the game doesn't crash while playing it. Here is the bottleneck. In a AAA game, when a very big map is made, a human game tester will take thousands of hours and it will take weeks to test that whole map. But an AI agent or a robot, it will take nearly a few minutes or a few hours. This is the magic of AI. And as studios are adding AI driven features, this is happening very heavily that with the help of AI, people are able to solve some problems which previously take hours. If there is one input A and the output is B, traditional method will always say that if input A is given, the output should always be B. But in AI, AI systems learn with the help of reinforcement learning. So AI systems rather give a very probabilistic has a very probabilistic approach. So if A input is given, the input can also be C. The output can also be C. The output can also be D. What is now the reinforcement learning? So basically, a machine is trained via punishment and reward system. If the machine, the AI, is trained by giving a task and a duration. For example, you have, if there is this is the case of an airport, and if I give a and I give a task that AI system has to lift the airport within 10 minutes. If the AI, by whatever technique, is able to do that in the shortest period of time, it will achieve the highest number of points. And the less number of time it takes, and the more number of time it takes, it gets less points. So the AI system will try to achieve the maximum number of points by skipping the level or trying to find the bug very instantly or very fast. And this is what makes this QA engineering tough. I know this engineering is a bit tough, but the pay gives the reward of that toughness. In India, an average salary of a good QA engineer is more than 30 lakh per annum. Wow, you guys are still here. Let me show you the a great roadmap where you can get an idea of how to become a QA engineer. So basically, I have divided the roadmap into four phases. The first phase is the foundation phase. In this phase, you have to build foundations and learn the basics of Python. In this phase, in the first phase, you have to learn software test cycle systems, agile systems, and the basics of Python. That is, you have to learn the functions of Python, you have to learn the data structures of Python, you have to learn the algorithms and also loops and everything which is related in the base of the Python. And you also have to learn JSON, which is a framework type for Python. And uh, I suggest you to get I, ISTQB CTFL, there is certified to get a global recognition. It is a type of, it is something like a certification, and a global certification that gives you, that convinces the job recruiter that you have learned the basics of Python. Now coming to the phase 2. Also, before going in the phase 2, make sure that the phase 1 is you complete the phase 1 within 1 month, or it depends upon you, obviously, but make sure try to complete it in 1 month. After the phase 1 comes phase 2. In phase 2, you have to learn UI, automation, and AI, some AI models such as ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, etc. You first, what I suggest is learn Playwright, which is the globally fastest growing AI framework. Then you have to use some AI assistants like GitHub Copilot or Cursor, which will help you to improve your code. Then I suggest to build a good amount of to spend a good amount of time in completing or making some good projects. You can search on Google, or you can search your AI, and you can ask some AI to make some for some to building of some great projects. You can build good projects, and then we can move on in the phase 3. Before going to phase 3, I would like to say that Playwright is a popular framework because it helps in writing automated scripts and some page selectors and some navigation flows. And it also helps in project POM, which is known as page object model, which is used to design clean and moderate UI selectors from the test logic. And I am seeing this. You may sometimes feel that I'm seeing something. So I am seeing some, watching some keywords, and then making a story, so you get a simple you can get a simplified version of it. Okay. I'll send you one sample code of how Playwright helps in Python coding. Okay. Phase 2 will take you about 1 to 2 months to learn everything. Now coming to phase 3 is about learning LLM and RAG evaluation. This will also take you about 1 to 2 months, and this is the most important step to jump into AI. So you have to learn Deepwell. I'll also send you the code of how Deepwell will also help in Python, and you also have to learn RAGAS, which is known for RAGAS is known for retrieval augmented generational assessment. It is a very big definition of it. So it is also used for to evaluate the Python code, and it is an open source framework. These frameworks and softwares to help the user, help the programmer, the QA engineer, to evaluate the fruitfulness of the AI, and helps if checks if the AI is not hallucinating the QA engineer. Then you have to learn adversarial red teaming with the help of prompt 4. It is basically another software which helps in testing whether a chatbot can be tricked into leaking of prompts or bypassing the filters. Then comes the last phase of this all four phases. This is known in this phase. It is known as basically known as agentic testing phase. Here you will test multi agent systems that chain actions script to flow. You have to connect multiple AI assistants, and you via model context protocol. It's another type of protocol. So, and you can evaluate this using a software platform known as Olama. Instead of burning the APIs and burning your credits and burning your money, you can use this local software. Alright, guys, so this was a video This was all about QA engineer and AI QA engineering. So it's now up to you. This is just a research video of everything what I have researched and what I have found. So it's up to you whether you want to become a QA engineer or not. Thank you.